I want to offer a different level of dining, and I think that is an empty perception, could say, that people doesn't realize Chinese food can be served that way also. I'm Chef Ivan Chan. I'm the owner of the Orient Chinese Cuisine in Halifax, Nova Scotia. I'm from Hong Kong, which was a British colony. So grew up with a lot of British influenced food, and of course a lot of British culture. I first came to Canada in 1992. I grew up in one of the biggest cities in the world. Hong Kong was as busy as they come. And when it landed here, I really see a different environment and people personality that you deal with, rather than more like a big city and mentality I don't have to deal with anymore with my whole life. And I just like the calm, and I seems to be people is more welcome to other people, and it's just a friendly atmosphere in Nova Scotia is what I really enjoyed. My biggest influence would be my grandmother, who actually every Saturday night she will host a dinner at her house, and with the whole family, 20-something people, she'll spend the whole day pretty much prepping for everybody, and pretty much a big feast every Saturday night. That's part of our tradition family, I guess, and it's part of my life. And because of how small the area is, a lot of time I end up in the kitchen standing by her, looking at her cooking, and sometimes helping once in a while. Well, when I get older, I gotta start helping, but I still remember a lot of the stuff that she makes, and that's a lot to do with the recipe that we do and method that we use right now in our kitchen. So we are making sweet and sour pork, which most commonly known Chinese food that people knows, and with a little special sauce that my grandmother taught me, that she used to always have one nice fresh jar in the fridge when I was young. And there's ingredients in there that is not really typically used around here, and that's what we're making today. Every time I open the fridge door, you always see that jar of sweet and sour sauce sitting there. This is one of the childhood memories that I have, that you pretty much, that I remember. The sauce itself is like your typical sweet and sour you will see here. It's made by white vinegar, white sugar, a little bit of ketchup here and there, but we actually want more natural ingredients for the sweetness, and we'll be using some Chinese sugarcane bamboo sugar, which melt in the water, add a little bit of ketchup, and the sweetness is also from some fresh pineapple juice. It's just something that, because of that flavor is so different that how this dish was built. We just want to, when we start this restaurant, and I want to do the same thing that my grandmother used to do. That natural sugar in it is so unique, and you don't have a really balanced flavor in it. You don't really overpower any flavor. It's all natural ingredients. Like I said, there's no white vinegar or white sugar in there. There's no artificial flavor whatsoever. And this is sweet and sour pork made by a special sauce, the recipe that was taught by my grandmother. Because of how it developed for years, like Chinese food in Canada, it's almost basically more towards the fast food industry that is, more towards. And I think, as in being in Nova Scotia, there is a level of Chinese cuisine that never we really officially introduced into the community, and that's where, and the reason why I want to start this restaurant, to actually give people in HRM an options when they want to go out, have a nice high-end dinner, and they would think about Chinese food. And there is some offerings that I want to create for the community here.